If you're a US technology executive waking up on Monday morning, how do you feel about the China opportunity given the weekend's events?
You feel like you just want to go right back to bed. This must be very frustrating for folks who have, for months, years, waited for positive economic numbers coming out of China, waited for the opportunity to deploy large swaths of capital, and then see the news, see the tensions, and understand that both from a Beijing and a DC regulatory perspective, this is a bad time to play.
You know, the context of the week, as we just discussed, is Secretary Blinken and what would have been an opportunity for, I don't want to say détente, but at least an in-person meeting of significance. That was then put on hold. What's more significant to you, the idea that the balloon was shot down or that meeting is for the time being not taking place?
I would guess that the US side didn't want to have the meeting because they weren't getting what they wanted from the Chinese side, which is one of the reasons that this came out. I would say the most significant piece of this entire story is the spotlight it shines on Chinese espionage in the United States as well as globally, and how, okay, we're focusing on this giant balloon, but it's raising a lot of questions about Chinese brands like TikTok, like Lenovo, like Motorola handsets, and their potentials for espionage gathering.
Let's talk about TikTok then. On Monday, President Biden was asked by the press pool about TikTok and whether the US will ban TikTok outright. President Biden said that he wasn't sure yet. They hadn't made a decision. He also added that he, of course, does not have TikTok on his own personal or federally issued cell phone. Where do we sit in this process? Do you think that President Biden is basically not giving his cards away in how the US government will handle TikTok in this country?
There's a legal process and there's a political process. Politically, both sides have a very short window to ban TikTok before they alienate tens of millions of young American voters. We're not at 2024 election right now, but we're real close. And so I think both sides are trying to balance their worries about the national security implications of TikTok and the worries between losing a lot of people who could vote Republican or Democrat.
You mentioned a moment ago Lenovo, one of the biggest makers of personal computers in the world. You also have concerns about Lenovo, yet it's a commonplace product throughout North America and globally. Why is that?
Lenovo has very clear ties to the Chinese Communist Party. It's, I believe, roughly 20% owned by the Chinese Communist Party, and yet through careful branding, focuses on Huawei and TikTok, Lenovo has really just escaped notice. And so from a business perspective, you got to hand it to them on how their PR and marketing has been. From a national security perspective, one wonders why they're not getting a lot more scrutiny and why organizations running sensitive information aren't a lot more careful about the laptops they use.